Hello, welcome to today's video. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you are new, welcome to you. Please do think about hitting that subscribe button. Today we are working on the August challenge. Now, the first time I filmed, I did plug my microphone in, but I didn't turn it on, so there's no sound, hence the voiceover. Now, that could cause a few issues because I might not be quite in sync what I'm saying and what I'm doing on screen, but hopefully I can get this correct. So the August challenge is a 3-week project. It is a FieldZine. If you've never made a zine before, I am going to talk you through how to put this together, and hopefully I can do it correctly. I did make a couple of mistakes while I made mine, but I will talk through those as we go along. So this is one of the 2 pages for part 1. As you can see, it is one sheet. I would recommend you do not print this full bleed, but you just print to fit, and you need to make sure all of the pages you print throughout this project are also the same size. So as you can see, I am going to fold this in half horizontally to start with, like that. I do fold that crease back on itself. It does help later on in the process. And once I have done that, I'm going to fold it the other way in half. I'm not going to crease these too much at the moment because we will burnish down our creases later on. So that is our first 2 folds. Now what I'm going to do is, having the paper vertically, I'm going to fold each half into the centre. Make sure I don't go over that fold, because if we do, it will be very difficult to put our zine together. And then I'm going to just flip that over, and I'm going to fold the other half into the centre up to that crease line, making sure again I'm not going too close to that crease. So we're going to fold that down, and hey presto, all of our folds are now in place. So all I'm going to do is just fold them both ways. Just going to reinforce those creases in each direction. Like I said, it just makes things a little bit easier when we put the zine together in a moment. Now our creases are all done. This little section here is where we need to cut. You can use a ruler and a knife if you wish, but I am going to use a pair of scissors. So if we have our sheet horizontally, it's that line there. That's what we need to cut. So I'm going to fold it. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm just going to lift that first little flap up a little bit. Make sure I don't go over that. Just grab a teeny tiny piece of that crease, and then I'm going to cut along that seam. And you can see I'm going to stop at that crease so we don't go all the way to the edge. And there we have our little hole, which is exactly what we wanted. Now I do forget to ink here. I have to come back and ink, but the best idea is to ink now. You'll see how I do that shortly. Now that little flower is going to be my front cover. So I'm closing that together and then making myself a little cross. So that's the front cover. Or that's how I'm putting it together. You could use the other end as the front if that's what you wanted. But I'm going to fold that out, and I'm going to put my front cover against my workboard. I'm going to work from the front, so I'm going to lay that down, make sure it's nice and square. That's the front. And I'm now going to start folding each page against that front cover. This is the easiest way to get nice, neat finish. Because of physics, it's never going to be perfect, but don't worry about that. You can see I'm now folding the next page, making sure that crease is correct. Now, this particular crease, the back cover, that's the one that's going to cause you the most issue. So I grab my bone folder, push it against the rest of those pages, and just put a little score line down there, just putting a little bit of pressure on with that bone folder. And then I will slowly ease that back cover over like that. And this is where you will find that crease is not in the right place. You can see me holding it up to the camera there. So what I do is hold it against the spine edge of the zine, use my bone folder, and just reinforce that crease now into the correct place. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Something's moving about in my workroom. But now we have a fairly flush zine. It's certainly flushed at the top and the bottom. It is going to be a little bit out on that right hand edge, but that's perfectly okay. I'm just going to reinforce those creases now with my bone folder. Now this is where I realised I hadn't inked my pages, so I'm going to ink this now. I'm going to ink that crease. I'm going to be quite heavy on my ink because I want to make that top hole a bit rough and ready. So you're going to see a lot of that white page underneath. So I'm going to speed this up, but I'm just going to show you where I'm inking. So now I have folded that back into place, everything's good. Obviously I should have done the inking before I folded it up, but doesn't really matter. Now this is the only piece I'm going to trim. That little tiny sliver off the front cover, I don't worry about trimming any of the other pages. It's not really going to show, especially in a future part when we actually create a cover for our little zine. So I'm just going to ink. So I didn't mention at the beginning, but I've printed pages 1 and 2 twice, and I've already put one of these together in exactly the same way, and here it is. I wanted this little FieldZine to be a little bit bigger. So one of these will be the front, one of them will be the back. I'm going to work on the one which will be the back first. So we're going to have 2 top pockets, and I'm going to keep those as pockets. You don't have to. You could glue these down too if you want. And we are going to have on this one side pocket. So I'm just going to fold down my edges. I'm also going to use my little distress tool to just distress the top pockets. So I'm taking my distress tool. You could use a pair of scissors if you wanted to. Make sure you are doing the top pockets. So that's 2 on each of the little zines, and then I'm going to fold those down just to stress them a little bit. It is going to make it easier to see that is the top pocket later on. I do apologise for speeding things up and not working as I was. It was just because of the audio. I did have to refilm. So I'm going to take what is going to become the back zine, the second one. This is going to be the back, and on this one what I'm going to do is, that's the front. I'm just showing you how that's going to go. This one is going to be at the back. So what I want to do is glue this whole page down. I'm not going to worry about gluing just a pocket on here. I'm going to glue the whole thing down. Just get the glue right into the top edge, and I'm going to burnish that down. Now the glue is going to seep out of the edge a little bit, so you just want to make sure that's not going to glue onto another page. Now this one is the top loading pocket, so I want to glue the bottom of this. I'm also going to glue the bottom of the other pages. It's going to work out the same. You're gluing all of the bottoms from here on. So if you could just remember, glue the bottom. That one is going to be a side pocket, and again gluing across the bottom there. There's a little bit of lift on that previous page, so I just added a little bit of glue to that too. Glue that down. Again, glue will seep out, so do be careful you're not gluing your pages together. And this is the last top pocket. That's going to be the back page in our little FieldZine. So there we go, adding the glue there too. So that one's all done. On this one, we just glue all of the bottom edges. So each one we need to glue the bottom edge. That's going to form our side pockets on 2 pages and our top pockets on the other 2 pages. So that is now all done too. So we now have our 2 zines, one for the front, one for the back. And what I want to do is glue this into a pocket, but we want to leave about 1/4 inch, just over 1/2 centimetre. So I'm going to glue the top and I'm going to glue the bottom like that, and then I am going to glue the edge, but about 1/4 inch from the crease. You can see where I'm gluing right there. The great thing about doing a voiceover is you can actually stop and drink your tea, because I'm having a nice cup of tea while I'm doing the voiceover. So I'm just going to add a little bit more glue there. The downfall of it is obviously I may not be talking exactly as I'm doing things. So I do apologise for this. Now I'm going to line those 2 zines up, make sure they are nice and level, flush at the top and the bottom. And there we have our zine. Now we obviously need to make sure the glue is dry. But you'll see we have side pocket, top pocket, side pocket. This one has a top pocket and a side pocket because that's where we've glued the front of one and the back of another together. So that's going to have 2 pockets in, top pocket, side pocket, and another top pocket. So that is our zine put together. We now need to let that dry a little bit. Okay, I'm all dry now, and I am going to show you the second page of this part of the freebie for part 1, and that is a page of 6 mini pockets. Now, this particular pocket that I'm holding now with the flower on, you can see it's a mirror image, or it is a mirror image of the cover. That one we're not going to use in this video, so I'm putting that aside. And what I'm going to do is, like the zine, I've printed it twice. We have 2 copies of all of these pockets. There is going to be another spare, which we also need to put aside later on. Now, the pockets are very slightly smaller than the pages. It won't matter, but they do still match up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my pockets out so I can see which ones should go where. And open my little zine. You can see I've got a little bit of glue seepage there, so I've got a page that's stuck together. I'm going to take, not my first pocket, I don't know why I start with page 2, but I'm going to take that matches. I'm going to glue my little flaps. And I'm going to glue that into place, and I don't want to put it too close to that crease. That will make things very difficult. So I'm putting it in the center, but you could put it more to the edge of the page rather than the crease. And now I'm going to speed it up and put all of the other pockets in. So that's the back pocket on the back page going in, the last one to go, and now we have our finished zine. So we've got lots of pockets in the pages themselves, and then we have lots of pockets in the zine. You might not want to add them all. You might not want to add any of them until Friday when you see what is going to come next. Now, what I forgot to do is explain at the beginning, I have used a fairly thin paper to print this part. When I move on to parts 2 and 3, I'm going to use a heavyweight matte photo paper, but you need to keep this part of the project fairly thin. So I am going to show you what I use. So for the zine itself and the pockets, just giving you a little flip through there, a little bonus flip through. I'm going to use Epson Photo Quality Inkjet paper, and it is 27.1 pounds, which is 102 GSM. It's slightly thicker than a copy of paper, but not much. If you are using a copy of paper, that will be fine. Use whatever you have. Okay, so I didn't just print this twice. I printed it 3 times because I'm going to make a very simple version of our zine as well. This is the simple version. I have literally just glued the bottoms of each page, so we have a little side pocket, a little pocket at the top, and I've glued the 6 pockets into the journal, or 5 pockets. Now, before Friday, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, because if you have read the Foxy Rag, you know we were looking at nature inspiring art, and if you received the newsletter at the end of last month, you may have looked at the culture section and what's inspired others to create art and how nature has inspired them. So we are making this a nature field zine. So I would like you to pick a theme. Maybe a view of your garden through a window if you don't want to get out or you can't get out. Maybe a walk in the forest. Maybe a walk down a garden path. Maybe it could be a trip to the seaside. It could be your garden bird table. Or you could choose some nature books and use your nature books. So what I'm going to ask you to do is pick your theme. Before Friday, go out, take some notes, take the date, the time, what the weather was like, how you're feeling. So it's about observing and reflecting. What you could do is take some photos. Don't print them out because the zine is very small. You don't know what's planned for next week, so don't print your photos as yet. If you do, make sure they are small, but you are going to be taking a bit of a risk by printing anything in advance. If you are not going to be taking photos, you can still make notes, look through books. How does it make you feel? What do you think of the art you're looking at? What are you drawn to? Maybe you could use some fussy cuts, collect some fussy cuts before next week. But I will see you on Friday. You don't have to wait a whole week for the second part of this project. I hope you like it. It is very basic and very simple to put together. But I'm trying to get you to maybe get outside or reflect on something nature-based to create your artwork. I will see you all on Friday. Take care.